Imagine this, a full army, but not of tanks or soldiers. Instead, thousands of ducks move daily through rice fields, like a living system operating in silence with unsettling precision. They are not confined, yet they are raised within a system that resembles controlled freedom. They descend on a mission that goes beyond merely protecting rice from snails and weeds. It's part of something far bigger than most people could ever imagine in Asia. From the very beginning, from the moment they are nothing more than still eggs, the story starts inside sealed rooms filled with thousands of eggs, arranged with extraordinary precision. There, the eggs enter industrial incubators that control everything: temperature, humidity, even the smallest details that only a finely tuned system could manage, as if it were imitating nature itself. Around 37 degrees Celsius, everything is designed to replicate the warmth of a mother's embrace, but with relentless discipline. And after just about 28 days, something happens that changes everything. Life bursts open all at once. Thousands of ducklings emerge almost simultaneously. It's a scene that carries something between wonder and warning. Everything is organized, everything calculated, as if life here is managed with a scale that never makes mistakes. But at that moment, the ducks don't remain within the factory. The instant they hatch, they are not left to chance, nor thrown into the unknown. There is another plan, deeper, more precise, one that begins transforming these tiny creatures into part of a complex agricultural system that functions like a single living organism, breathing and producing at the same time. And only here does the bigger truth begin to reveal itself. But then, it enters a crucial stage known as brooding. In this phase, the ducklings are placed in warm, enclosed spaces, carefully prepared for them. The ground is covered with wood shavings or very soft straw to retain heat, prevent moisture, and protect them from injury. At the beginning, the temperature is kept high and stable, between 32 and 35 degrees Celsius, then gradually reduced as they grow and develop the ability to regulate their own body temperature. Lighting also plays a critical role. In the first days, continuous lighting is used to help them move, eat, and adapt to their new environment. Gradually, the lighting is reduced to regulate their sleep and activity cycles. As for food, at this stage they cannot consume anything coarse or large, so they are fed finely ground, soft feed rich in protein and strengthen their bones and feathers. Clean water is always available, as drinking is essential for their stability and development during this period. During the first 2 weeks, the main goal is to gradually strengthen them and prepare them for movement and independence. Once they reach sufficient capability, they become ready for the first real transition in their lives, a step that completely changes their role, from fragile little creatures to part of a small army on its way to the fields. But before the ducks enter the fields, the land itself must be prepared to receive them. Rice cultivation here is not done in the traditional way, but with the help of an advanced machine originating from Japan. At first, the rice exists as very small seedlings, resembling thin green grass. These are arranged in special trays, then placed into a machine called a rice transplanter, which moves across water-filled fields and plants the seedlings into the mud with precise, uniform spacing, helping ensure balanced growth and higher productivity. Within just 2 weeks, the seedlings begin to grow and establish themselves in the soil. At this point, the field is no longer empty. It becomes filled with small organisms such as snails, insects, and emerging weed seeds. This is exactly the natural food that ducks rely on, making the land perfectly prepared for their arrival. And then, the field is finally ready for its most important stage, the arrival of the duck army. After the field becomes ready, the most important system in the story begins. Duck farming here does not follow a single method, but rather two different approaches, each with its precise role in maintaining this balance. The first method takes place alongside the rice during its growth. Ducks are released into the fields while the plants are still young, moving freely through the water between the seedlings. But their role here is not random at all. There is a clear mission. They eat the snails and insects that attack the rice, remove the weeds that compete with it for nutrients, and naturally stir the soil without damaging the plants. At the same time, their droppings turn into rich natural fertilizer that nourishes the land. The result is clear. Rice grows in a cleaner environment, with less reliance on pesticides and with higher quality. The second method comes after the harvest. Once the rice is collected, the field is not empty, as you might expect. Scattered grains still remain. Here, a different role begins. Ducks are released directly into the land, moving around and picking up what's left. They eat the fallen grains, clean the field completely, and help prepare the soil for the next season. This system may seem simple, but in reality, it is remarkably precise. Every part benefits, and nothing works alone. Ducks gain natural food, space to move, and healthy growth without heavy reliance on feed. Rice, on the other hand, receives continuous protection from pests and grows in a more balanced environment with less effort and fewer chemicals. Simply put, everything works together as one integrated system. And after a period of being raised in the fields, the ducks are no longer the same. They have passed a very important stage in their lives, from small, dependent creatures relying on movement and natural feeding, to fully developed animals benefiting from a complete nutritional system. The difference is clear. These ducks are not raised in enclosed spaces, but in an open environment, with constant movement and food that comes directly from the field. This is directly reflected in the final result: more natural meat, less dependence on industrial feed, and higher quality driven by movement and diverse nutrition. And with time, once they reach full maturity, they begin to enter another stage, a completely different phase. Once the ducks reach full maturity, a new phase begins, known as the production preparation stage. At this point, they no longer remain in the fields. Instead, they are carefully collected and transported to gathering centers. From there, they enter a highly organized system that leaves no room for randomness. The process begins with sorting based on size and age, followed by preparation for transport, and then they move directly to processing facilities, where everything changes. From that moment on, a highly precise production line begins, operating in a tightly controlled sequence where every step is connected to the next. The first stage is receiving and inspection, where the ducks are weighed and sorted according to size and quality, ensuring they meet food safety standards. After that, they enter the initial processing stage within a fully enclosed line. They are hung in organized rows, and the slaughtering process is carried out with precision. Then comes feather removal, a sensitive stage where carefully controlled hot water is used to loosen the feathers while preserving the quality of the skin. Next, the ducks are rehung on the production line, this time to complete the cleaning and final processing steps. This is followed by the removal of internal organs, carried out manually in an organized manner within a closed system that ensures the highest levels of hygiene and safety. Once cleaning is complete, the most important part begins: the cutting and preparation stage. Here, the carcass is divided based on use: breast meat, legs, or whole cuts prepared according to demand. But it doesn't stop at the main meat cuts. Internal parts are handled in a completely different way. They are transferred directly to specialized production lines, where they undergo extremely precise cleaning processes. Any impurities are fully removed. Then they are washed and processed in a clean, sterilized environment. After that, they are sorted and prepared for food use, resulting in high-quality products suitable for human consumption in various dishes. Once finished, they enter rapid cooling to preserve freshness, then are packaged separately from the rest of the parts. Finally, the products reach the final packaging stage, where each part is packed individually. Its weight, date, and quality standards are carefully labeled, then sealed inside packaging designed for commercial distribution. Here, the journey ends, but in reality, it's just the beginning of what will reach the table. After processing and packaging inside the factory, nothing truly ends. Another phase begins: distribution and transportation. Products are delivered to large supermarket chains, local markets, restaurants, and hotels, each receiving them in its own way. In restaurants, duck is not used in just one form. It is reshaped according to demand: breasts for grilled or sliced dishes, legs for traditional or Asian recipes, and sometimes served whole in certain global cuisines, as if carrying its entire story with it. At home, however, the picture is calmer, but no less important. The product arrives ready to use after storage or freezing, becoming part of daily meals across different cultures around the world. A journey that began as a small egg inside an incubator passed through all these precise stages and finally reached its last destination, a dish placed in front of you. Once the growing season ends and the plant reaches full maturity, harvest time begins. Here, there's no room for delay. Every moment matters. Modern, advanced machines are used, operating with speed and precision, as if executing a pre-designed plan. This machine doesn't perform just one task, but several at the same time. It cuts the rice plants from the roots, separates the grains from the stalks, and performs an initial cleaning of the crop. What once required long hours and exhausting manual labor is now completed in a single step right in the field. After that, the grains are collected into specialized trucks and sent directly to processing facilities. When the rice arrives there, another, more precise journey begins. The first step is receiving, where the rice is unloaded into openings fitted with mesh screens that capture large impurities, stalk remnants, weeds, anything that doesn't belong. Then it moves through conveyor belts or mechanical systems into massive silos or dedicated storage units. Inside these spaces, dry air flows through the rice, significantly reducing moisture, because any excess could ruin everything. Before actual processing begins, verification is essential. Samples are taken from each shipment and sent to the lab. Nothing is left to chance. Moisture levels are measured, grains are carefully inspected, and any impurities or insects are detected. Sometimes an entire shipment is rejected because a single standard isn't met. This isn't strictness, it's necessity. Then the cleaning line begins. Rice passes through rotating cylinders that remove sticks and plant debris, then through air systems that eliminate husks, weeds, and impurities. After cleaning, the transformation starts. The outer husk is removed to produce brown rice, followed by milling to remove the bran. Step by step, the rice takes its familiar form, then gets polished for a clean, glossy finish. But the process isn't over yet. Precise sorting begins, separating whole grains from broken ones, each for its own use. Then, color sorting uses high-precision cameras to remove any defective grains instantly. Finally, the rice reaches packaging. Whether white or brown, each type is sealed, labeled, and prepared for distribution to markets, restaurants, and homes. And here, the journey is complete. From a water-filled field to a plate on your table. Behind this simple result lies a silent system connecting fields and factories with remarkable precision. Every step is calculated, every detail matters. And in the end, all this complexity fades into something that seems ordinary, a plate of rice. But it never truly is. Thanks for watching. We'd really appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. This is our first video, and your support means everything in helping us keep creating great content.